Yes, hello. Today we're talking about how I clawed, decked, and bellowed my way into Master Ball rank in Pokémon TCG Pocket. My goal was to get there with a win rate above 50%, and well, mission absolutely accomplished. Here's the proof. As you can see, Master Ball rank achieved. Win rate 58.4%. Games played just under 400, in which the average is about 500 plus games. Now, am I better than average? Clearly. Does that make me an elite player? Absolutely not. Elite players are fighting tooth and nail in the top 1K ranks, and I'm just here trying to edit Wigios without collapsing from a lack of sleep. I make deck profiles, not battle reports from Mount Silver. So buckle in, this is my 13-day climb to Master Ball. Let's do this. Yes, day 1. Like every morally questionable ladder climb, I ran Darkrai Giratina with Druddigon. Yes, I was that person. Boo me if you must. But listen, I wanted to know what the hype was. Turns out, Druddigon sucked. Or better to say, it still sucks. As soon as I dropped it, the deck ran way smoother and I shot up to Ultra Ball 1 on the very first day. Mission fast climb complete. I stopped there and went to sleep like a sane human. Now here's where things got interesting. Some people hit Master Ball by day 3. I chose suffering. I tested decks. I wanted to figure out what actually works on ladder and why. Here's what I found. 18 trainer Articuno? No. Just no. Way too RNG. I know there are some people that hit Master Ball with this, but honestly, I don't hate myself. So no, we're not doing that. Charizard. Incredible when it pops off. Awful when it bricks. I'm not patient enough for that. Again, I know there are people that are playing it in Master Ball rank, and people that have ranked up into Master Ball rank using Charizard. It's just not for me. Giratina Darkrai, still very solid. Obviously, just not with the Drud. If you're using the Drud, you're honestly just hurting yourself. And then finally, Gallade EX. Oh mama, this deck slapped. Gallade EX was everything. Fast, aggressive, calculated. Hitmonlee let me tactfully control damage. Gallade bulldozed the rest. From Ultra Ball 1 to Ultra Ball 3, this was my ride or die. I did take a 3-day break at Ultra Ball 2, however, to make some lovely content for all of you. You're welcome. After my break, the meta decided to punch Gallade in the gut. Gallade was getting shut down left and right, so I really only had 2 options. Either 1, adapt the list, or 2, try something new. So I decided to opt for option 2, new deck time. Enter Gyarados EX. This monster crushed Darkrai Giratina players like they owed it lunch money. Classic bullies, am I right? When it worked, it really worked. But yeah, sometimes it also did absolutely nothing. Classic. Eventually, I returned to Gallade, made a spicy swap, Rocky Helmet out, X-Speed in. That changed everything. Boom, Ultra Ball 4. Picture this. April 7th, Monday, Gallade's dead. Couldn't win a match to save my life. Ultra Ball 3 started to feel like a second home. Then I saw it, Skarmory Magnezone. This deck countered all the grass matchups I kept bumping into. Basic versus basic battles, no 2 prize liabilities, aggression without risk, and while it didn't dominate everything, it got me the first 100 points I needed. April 8th, the meta shifts again. Grass decks vanish into thin air. In come the Mewtwo Giratina and Darkrai Giratina hordes. You know what time it is? Giratina Darkrai 2.0 with a twist. Pure aggression. By the end of the day, 1,403 points. Just 47 left. April 9th, the final climb. I continue the climb with Giratina Darkrai, pushing forward through a mix of wins and losses. The ladder had settled into a familiar rhythm. Charizard, Gyarados, and mirror matches against Giratina Darkrai were everywhere. Every now and then, a Skarmory Magnezone would pop up to keep me on my toes. But overall, I knew what I was dealing with. Then it happened. I queued up for what I hoped would be the final match, and of course, it was against Gyarados, the bane of my deck, the matchup I least wanted. My wife told me I should have recorded it, but honestly, if I had, I probably would have lost due to nerves. The match started slow. I knew one wrong move, one greedy turn with Dawn, and Rampaging Whirlpool could completely ruin my setup. So I played it safe. I started bellowing, not once, not twice, but 4 fecking times. I needed to make sure that even if it did pop off with Rampaging Whirlpool, I wouldn't be left energy starved for Psychic. Eventually, the moment came. They Sabrina'd me. Hard, but I was ready. Instead of sacrificing my bench Darkrai with 140 HP, I pivoted. I switched out my active Darkrai and threw in my fully loaded Giratina, my win condition, the one holding just enough energy and a cape ready to take the hit. It survived with 30 HP and kept me alive. With Giratina still online, I brought back Darkrai using Leaf, and one attack later using Darkrai, and my opponent surrendered. That was it. That was my rank up game. Everything clicked, every call I made mattered, and when the victory screen popped up, I just sat there, stunned, relieved, and completely fecking hyped. Master Ball unlocked. And there you have it. My unhinged, sleep-deprived, kind of, deck-swapping sprint to Master Ball. Am I glad I did it? Absolutely. Not because I needed validation, well, maybe just a little, but you know how it is, but because now, when I post deck profiles, I can do so without that tiny voice in the back of my head whispering, "You're just an Ultra Ball peasant." That voice is gone now. I banished it with Fire and Gyarados Trump. Look, some people may say, well, I only made it because I used the best deck in the format. And to that, I say correct. But here's the thing. I wasn't trying to climb Mount Everest in flip-flops. I wanted to reach the top, plant my flag, and get back to making Wigios before my eyeballs turned into dice. Could I have done it with a jankier deck? Sure, but it would have taken twice as long, cost me 3 years of my life, and I'd still be stuck explaining why the Reggies deserve a tier 1 spot. So yeah, I took the express lane, but I still drove the car, and I earned every point along the way. Anyways, that's the Wigio. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a salty day, and I will see you in the next Wigio.